It's been 87 years. Why are we here? Just to suffer. Adrian did it?
On guard.
That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost... Is that might be Edgeworth. Well, it's almost time. Oh, damn it! He wasn't there. Mia.
Well, it's almost time.
Mia.
We must get complete acquittal today.
Oh yeah, that was the gimmick. We only have one day. I know.
Thank God.
But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Don't worry, it's not that simple. Or Pearl's either. Fuck them. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Sure, it'll play out exactly like that. Yes.
Indeed. Well, let's get going.
Beep, beep, beep. It's him. Oh, shit.
Who is it again?
I forgot how I did this voice. I think you just did like a butler. This is right.
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney, the day of the trial.
Maya. She's unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired.
She's already starving to death.
Don't worry. People don't die that easily.
You don't know Maya.
Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial.
Grrr.
For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial.
Oh, it's interesting that he says for my sake. He's kind of revealing a little bit of what's going on. It's true.
Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
It's Maya's pinky. Oh no! Present? What in the world would you want to give me?
You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please.
Wait! You motherfucking butler man. You hung up and you just hear it in the distance. So he's like, he's in the building somewhere. Oh shit! Now everyone's gonna know that I downloaded Hades. Oh no!
Hades.
You're playing Hades. I just downloaded it though. Oh no! The kidnapper sent me a present. Mr. Lawyer, dude, who's that?
None of your business.
No one. It has nothing to do with you. So forget you heard anything. Get out of here. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Yeah.
Okay.
What a clever joke for him. Unless this is a world where Pinocchio rules just apply to everyone.
Court now in session for the trial of men on guard. Our prosecution and defense ready.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me?
I'm not her keeper.
Your Honor. Your Honor. Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session.
Shut your fucking mouth, bailiff.
Tell me something. Please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman.
What?
Shot?
Oh. Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about.
Holy shit.
That motherfucker. His present.
Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage.
In red.
God, this is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she all right?
Well, we don't care about her.
I don't have that answer.
The judge was like, I don't fucking know.
I'm assuming this is Edgeworth.
That's Edgeworth, yeah.
She's alive and in stable condition.
That's good. Who?
All right.
You were.
I thought he'd show up.
Oh, shit.
He has the best song in the whole game.
He's so mad at him, though. Due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska Von Karma cannot appear in court today.
Well, it's because we're looking straight at him. Usually we're not. So
yeah, this pose was in the first game, but it was rare because of how few.
Not nearly as often. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Miles Edgeworth will be taking her place.
Dang.
The prosecution is ready. Naturally.
Oh, look at him standing straight.
Yeah. I like how the triumphant return is like, here's the old sprite from the first game.
Yeah. There's no
new
update.
Shit. Enjoy this old crap we've dug up from the archives.
We had no time.
Well, it's not that they had no time, but it's just funny. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I've looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard.
The court acknowledges the prosecution.
Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for in my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer.
Just tell me the answer. It's easier that way.
No, I'm withholding.
Just like a good prosecutor does.
I mean, in this game,
world,
that's true.
Yeah, in this world, the good casework is withholding evidence until the last moment.
It's dramatic.
Yeah.
Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand.
Gumshoe.
Yeah,
Gumshoe.
Dick.
He's on our side this time,
Love
too.
you, Dick.
So.
Witness
Love that, Dick.
Your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now.
Oh, no.
For now?
Yeah.
After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir.
No, Detective Gumshoe!
The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Oh.
Wow, that's pretty mean.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. He wasn't actually struggling. You know. Also, it's not really an answer, it's an answer. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth.
Bare facts of the case.
Bare foots of the case.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
Then why bring it up here?
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in this room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendant went alone to their room, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
All right. Facts of the case.
Here we go. After the hero's ceremony.
Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony?
Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m. And then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later.
And that's when the victim's body was found, correct?
Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period.
Please continue with your testimony, Detective.
Juan was found dead in the hotel room.
Well, the person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? AKA Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah, Zero Suit Samus. Who is this Zero Suit Samus you're talking about? She's the defendant, Mad on God's manager. She's a really pretty lady, and also a bounty hunter in space, sir. So she's a pretty lady. Wonder if she'll grace us with her presence.
Please don't talk about people this way. This is really weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You don't even know what she looks like, but you're horny anyway.
Don't worry, if you beat the game in under 2 hours, she's gonna show you everything. When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. On Guard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. I see. That's when she found the victim's body?
Cause of death, he was definitely murdered.
The cause of death? Wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest?
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, real pro's attention will be drawn here to this bandana.
Oh.
Banana. His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Oh, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
God damn it. And what about the knife?
It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. Well, crafty murder on our hands here.
Oh, okay. So strangled. He was actually strangled first.
Okay. Strangulation, then a stab wound at the end.
Then what's the knife for?
To cover things up. Thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case.
And why did you think that?
Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, well, how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but... The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims.
Only the victims, huh?
I see. So much for my theory, then.
People definitely never wear gloves, huh?
Yep, never. They weren't invented yet in, 2005?
However, we later found out the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. I almost read that again in his voice.
Why? What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case?
It's a guitar case.
Guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night.
How?
Well, and where was it? Bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
What a dumbass.
You would notice the lack of weight in a guitar case.
Yeah, like instantly. You'd be like, huh. Unless he was using the case, they put something else in the case, and it was heavy as a result.
Yes, but then...
that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
I believe that's enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth is back in full swing.
Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter.
You're so ridiculous. Like, what's wrong with you, honestly?
Sarah with the call-outs. She's questioning your acting choices, Marvin.
Well, I don't have a director to rein me in, okay?
You're a director.
No.
Self-direct.
No.
Yes, sir.
Also, nothing came out of that testimony.
I guess not. Well, I think we would have...
We got the choking out of it.
Yeah.
And the empty guitar case out of it. But we didn't get to be like, hold it, you're wrong, Ash.
No objections were required to progress that time.
Gumshoe, you're horribly wrong once again. That didn't happen.
Matt on guard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's a Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. On Guard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife.
But if the knife wasn't...
The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. The hell? But you just said that
the knife wasn't the murder weapon. So you premeditated a faking of a murder?
I would love to know if they like reconcile this before. Like I want an explanation. Damn it!
I think they do. I think all this is reconciled. Yeah. This is a weird case.
Fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It's sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir.
Knife added to the court record.
And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it not? It's weird that he says, was it? I don't know.
Was it?
And there's this button also covered in blood.
Oh, you can do that sometimes. You can be like, oh, was it?
I guess.
That was found on the detective's clothes, was it?
Awkward. Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir.
What?
Jim and Ninja's baton.
I already knew that, though.
I think so. All this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, Wright?
I'll find the hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
Grrr, I'm easily offended.
Alright, huge rivals with each other they were.
But in terms of popularity, Mr. On Guard won, did he not?
Yeah. But you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Corrida was always one step behind Mr. On Guard in everything. This year, it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown.
But Mr. Corrida lost the Grand Prix in the end.
Talking like this is like actual racing. That's too bad.
They were reluctantly crossed the starting line.
Losing. They each thought they were in their way. It's motive enough in Gumshoe's book.
Wait just 1 second here. Mr. On Guard was beating Mr. Corrida in the popularity polls.
Well, yeah, I guess, but,
which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all. You fuck.
And that's a pretty decent
I'm actually, Gumshoe, I'm sorry. You're actually helping us out a lot during this case, so I don't mean to, sorry.
Yes, I quite agree. Well, Detective, it's not, well, guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. Objection! Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired.
Wow.
No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
I look forward to your pension negotiation.
I can't handle it, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't.
That's really mean because he looked up to Edgeworth.
Yeah,
right?
and this time it's not his salary negotiation, it's his pension negotiation.
And also, that should be really weird. It's weird that the prosecutors get to
Well, I've done some research on this.
That's how Japan works. We've been over this inside the playthrough of the last pre-feed.
That's true, yeah. Prosecutors hold a surprising amount of sway over the entire justice system, more than judges.
Wow, that's pretty fucked up.
It is fucked up. It's actually a really fucked up system.
No.
But I'm just sad because he liked Edgeworth a lot, as a friend,
No, detective. Let's continue with the testimony.
I think the game is just trying to pretend it's just a joke. Don't worry about it. But it's but it's actually kind of fucked up.
There's a lot of Japanese humor that ends up just like that.
It's true.
Much Japanese humor is very cancelable by today's standards.
You're right.
Well, today's U.S. standards, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
No, not my poor pension too.
Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir.
Oh. What about what I was saying? Hello, anyone?
I remember what he was saying.
Exactly.
The ninja button.
Do you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim?
Yeah, we already confirmed there's... Oh, wait. Well, we saw there's blood on it. I guess it doesn't mean it's his.
Right.
What do you mean, pal?
Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off of the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
Huh? Can't you tell by just looking at it?
But there's buttons everywhere.
And the victim's blood's on it.
Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward.
Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir.
Help me, Mr. Edgeworth. You're my only hope. All right. I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in.
This seems too easy.
The music hasn't changed, so nothing happened. Yeah.
Thread.
Huh?
The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal.
That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat.
Oh, good.
Thanks for your input, Mia.
Thanks, Mia.
It was found in the Hakama.
When was this button found?
Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Kurita. Then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button. It was almost immediately after the murder.
Police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people.
Hey, what is he trying to say about me here?
I'm saying that you lollygag and play tricks. Fingerprints all over the knife.
How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally, or overhand,
or by the blade?
Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that.
Oh my god.
I can't believe the bumbling of this department.
Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There's no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of
Yeah,
the
there
murder.
is, by angle.
You're fucked.
You use angle to determine that. There's only so many ways you can stab with a knife at close range.
Yeah, but the prints that line up with a certain grip may not necessarily be how it was held right at the time of the murder.
Yeah, but the angle would help determine that.
It would only prove that the knife was held in such a way sometime before. Not necessarily right at the time of the murder.
No, I mean like the angle of the knife in his body.
Well, that
like
would...
if you're doing it backwards, right? It has to be up down. If it's straight forward and he's stabbed, it's almost always down up.
What if the assailant was upside down? That's the sort of bullshit that would be in a case, though. You can't rule out any of that.
Yeah.
He was stabbed while lying on his bed.
We just sat through a goddamn case where a cape bounced off of a dead man.
Yeah, anything's possible.
And everyone missed the rope somehow. Which is the part that blows the case wide open, you know?
Anything can happen in this game, literally anything.
That series is so stupid, I love it. So, defend the owner of this knife then?
No.
It's a premeditated murder because he bought the knife for the crime somehow.
There is no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife.
Sorry, pal, this isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. But it looks like it's for, like, food. It doesn't look like a...
This is not good.
What kind of knife is that?
It looks like a dinner knife.
Yeah, it looks like fancy, like, flat, like, silverware.
If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for.
Phoenix.
Yes?
There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late.
A baton covered in the victim's blood and a knife with on guard's fingerprints.
Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gravel in closing.
Gavel.
Gavel. What did I say? Gravel? Whoops. He would have pounded his gravel. His gavel.
You don't want to pound the gravel. That sounds painful for the pounder.
I'm sorry.
We're still in a world of trouble.
Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So, let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? Punch him in the dick.
Okay,
Nice.
Mia. Okay, so we have to present something, that means. Okay.
I feel like this is it, because don't we have the autopsy?
Yeah, but also, what does the knife say? Gate water. He couldn't have bought it. It says gate water.
Yeah.
It belongs to the hotel.
Okay, that makes it pretty obvious. Like, okay, yeah.
Oh.
This is,
Why would that not be brought up immediately?
All right, I'm just gonna go with it.
What? That's almost too stupid to be true.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wait a second.
What?
So
Everyone's
the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife.
That's right,
No.
pal. The defendant.
Did not buy this knife, motherfucker.
You're crazy.
Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about.
How did they even
Oh,
come to
boy.
that conclusion that he bought it?
I don't know. Did someone tell them? Like a third party?
Well, the gate water seal set in the handle. Gate water. I think I've heard that name
It's the
somewhere before.
hotel that's the scene of the crime.
Really?
That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel.
You know, I agree with Gumshoe's firing.
Uh-oh.
He's incompetent.
Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel.
But it wasn't even the murder weapon.
And it also wasn't wait, he actually says the murder knife.
Yeah, but
so
but it's
just a knife that's in the proximity of the murder, I guess.
It's a murder involved knife.
Murder adjacent knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated, motherfucker.
Which means
just now that Edward Sprite has a big butt.
He's got a fat ass.
That's very true. This is a very big ass.
Oh.
Yes, my ass is quite large. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
You buy the knife from the hotel? What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
Does he get the music every time he has a turnabout?
It works every time.
It's so magnanimous. How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There's no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't... Oh,
no.
wow.
The question is, where did this knife come from? Well, it's obvious. It came from the victim, Miss Garita's room.
He was not eating steak that night, Your Honor.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that's incorrect. All right, all the bears. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table, that we can all see. There's a knife and fork on the table.
He could have had multiple knives. We don't know.
Then, where in the world did this knife come from? There's no way there could be two knives in one room. Please don't explain this discrepancy to me. If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. Especially what was on top of his table. There's something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife?
Okay.
We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Unguard's knife was missing. Mr. Unguard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course.
Wow.
And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
Except the knife wasn't used to murder.
Yeah, all of this is for nothing. Amazing, Mr. Edward. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
So beautiful.
It seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning.
This must be one of those traps, quote unquote, and I just walked headlong into it.
Murder weapon with fingerprints.
It's not a murder weapon.
And a button from the victim's costume. There's quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of Your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Oh? Evidence not yet shown?
He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
This goes in blatant contradiction to Case 5 of Phoenix Wright 1.
It's okay,
there is evidence law that established that we need to have the approval of the police department to present evidence. And what does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
They changed the rules while that was happening. They were like, that was dumb. That got our police chief in a lot of trouble. Let's change that law.
I guess maybe they could have.
Well...
Phoenix. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here,
that gabble of this will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
I don't know.
How about we just do this real quick?
Yeah, so let's do a big save.
Just in case.
What do we have in our evidencia?
What have we not presented to the court?
A lot of shit, really.
Pretty much everything, because this is the first day.
Yeah. Maybe the wine glass because it was filled, but there's no sign of a struggle. But also maybe
pretty tenuous.
Let's just introduce a suicide report.
I mean, maybe.
Wait, what about the autopsy?
Well, that was updated while we were here, which means we had it, but that doesn't mean we presented it either. It's weird. I'm just gonna say we have something.
Yeah. There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention.
Really? Just one? Which one, please?
Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I'll say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all.
I'm hungry.
However, I am giving you one chance, and only one.
What the judge is saying, Wright, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
All of my bluffs have always led to me getting my client acquitted. I've always won.
Except in those timelines where we screwed it up.
Yeah. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. Wow, the whole
you
bar.
Now present one and only one piece of evidence.
I'm gonna save here instead.
Oh my god. Wait, no. Oh, make a new save. Make a new, just in case. Because this might... Yeah.
Well, it'd be weird if it just routed you into an unwinnable thing.
It's possible.
Just because you said yes.
It's possible.
I think that's a little too cruel for this game, but it's fine. we're being prudent here.
Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
The autopsy report, I think, because he was strangled with a scarf.
I mean, yeah.
No, we have failed.
oh shit.
Sorry, Wright, but this time your bluffing steered you wrong.
But I want everyone to realize this.
I can see nothing strange about this piece of evidence.
It's very
despite it
strange.
being eminently strange.
Wait.
I'm man of my word, Mr. Wright.
Oh!
Man, it hurts so bad that the frame rate of the explosion is horrible.
Oh man, that was a one-hit
That's
KO.
enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant mad on guard. Guilty.
Oh shit.
The accused will surrender to the court immediately for immediate execution.
Maya's
To
dead.
be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date.
What happens now?
Maya's
after his execution.
dead.
That's all. This court's adjourned. It's execution time.
Maya's dead.
I think that's the first time I've ever actually seen a game over like.
And you just go straight to the title screen.
Wait, did we lose?
We lost, yeah.
Oh. What happens then?
We just gotta continue.
We have to start all over?
No, we just go somewhere safe. That's what you were saving.
Now we can try another piece of evidence.
Only thing I could think of other than that is the wine glass.
All right. I mean, he did say this is one weird thing that hasn't been presented yet, so maybe this is that bullshit. If this works, I'm gonna be mad.
Well,
oh wait, I need to actually get him to prompt it.
it was.
I'm mad.
This,
Homie?
this is a wine glass, is it not?
This is a wine glass, is it not? Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time.
Hey, Pooh.
The talisman.
Yeah, Toru was basically Eeyore, wasn't he?
Well, at that point, he was just so sick of it.
Yeah, for that period of time, he was kind of Eeyore-ish.
He was just
very
like,
depressed.
I don't really want to be here. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant.
Mm-hmm.
The vase was broken. His makeup is all over the floor.
There's a roller skate in the corner.
These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration.
Is it?
He's out of breath. I inhaler.
Or wait a minute, it should be...
My terrible health insurance won't give me an inhaler. Well, what do you all have to say?
Well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was. You know.
Diona. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion.
You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
Shoot the glass. It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
But it's not from her room.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? There's no way. If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
They might just fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough.
Ooh, just like a bad documentary. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. And all you had to do was shadily shift the burden of proof to others.
I've turned the tables.
Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
Well, wait, what?
You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then...
Of course it had been thoroughly Of course it has been thoroughly inspected. For fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
There are only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. Just as I said before.
What?
I could have said it more clearly the first time, but I chose to withhold that information as well.
That's good prosecution work.
Aha! That's why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
Grrr. I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Kurita. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Now do you see, Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. Grrr. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover.
Wait a second. Mr. Edgeworth, are you turning this case into some personal vendetta? I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Oh?
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet.
Oh.
The prosecution is yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Oh, another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
We're gonna bring in the lady. Oh, that lady. I forgot we have to talk to this lady.